Breach he's proven to be quite a strong pick recently, and especially on Fracture, the Breach. I'm not sure what his ultimate was called. The Rolling Thunder, super strong ultimate ability. And my gosh, I'm looking forward to seeing this. We see the Jets coming out, but I don't believe Iconic has actually locked a Killjoy or a Cypher. We're gonna see Kaz locking in Chamber, which is super interesting.
There we go. We've made it over right onto the map of Haven, built by gamers, starting on the defense. And it's a good place to be when you've got a Cypher in your pocket, right? As opposed to having a Chamber. Iconic, because the Chamber has been unlocked, they go ahead and have that selection open for them. But I wonder how they're going to implement Chamber on the attack, because although the trademarks are great flank holders and they function similar to an alarm bot, they don't have a lot of post plant potential, right? That's going to be up to the anchors left by Chamber. So I wonder how Iconic is going to implement them. Of course, that pistol is extremely strong. It's a devastating weapon on the pistol round. We just got to wait and see. Your Shoker already forced off of mid.
My gosh, now we can see Banana Straggler actually going to be getting in a bit of fight with Con Artist there, but Con Artist going to win that one, and he's going to go up for a second fight as well, but Toasty Unicorn's going to trade that one out. Now down to a 4v4, and look at this, Ash. It does look like Iconic is doing a rotate over to A, and the site might be completely free here, Ash.
They're taking it slow. They want to make sure that no one's left on site. Blackheart actually sneaks their way on before anyone moves in from the side of Iconic. They break the dart, but that's enough to let Iconic know there's presence on site. Not before Show finds 2. Although Peter's able to recover 1, it's just an absolute slaughter before Show is taken out. They pick up 3 before falling into the ground. And Toasty Unicorn's left alone on Iconic to try to move away from the A site, but they're being chased in this 2v1 scenario, and Fireball swings and lands a beautiful headshot with that Ghost to end round 1 and score BBG Academy some nice credits to move into round 2 with a bye.
My gosh, I'm not going to lie to you, Ash. I actually thought Iconic was going to win that first round. They made the play over to A, and it was looking like they had sight. But I believe that was BBG's Blackheart who made sure to put up a fight and distract and kill that time. And now we can see, look at that buy from BBG. We see 1 Ghost. I believe Shoker is actually going to be saving up for the Operator here, as he just has a Ghost. But besides that, BBG is having a quite strong buy here, and they are full right to win this round.
Now, Iconic wants to go through this closer angle, right? They want to move right into Garage, take this territory, but Blackheart has posted up window with an Ares, and they're going to get a bunch of free damage as well as a kill. Toasty Unicorns, the Sova counterpart, will fall, and Blackheart retreats, allowing Fireball to take the space up close to the door. So all the attention that Iconic has is focused on the window player. And they're still going to land a headshot kill. Banana Strangler puts Blackheart into the grave. Their coffin is sealed. And they get a second one onto Fireball. Despite being doubled up in the Garage territory, BBG loses it. And it looks like Iconic is heading towards C with those picks.
It does not look like any members of BBG is actually on C side here. So they might have sight completely for free. BBG is still unaware of where the Iconic members are actually posted. And now with that spike being planted, it will be clear that it is C side. And we can see BBG rotating over here. And it's going to be a 4v3 retake, not in favor for BBG Academy.
Oh, here's Show. They're about to meet up.
Oh my gosh.
Lock eyes. Peter's right here around the corner, but they aren't able to land any shots. They fall, but Kaz recovers beautifully. Kaz gets both Con and Show, and Kip finishes the job against Monsi. And that's going to be a strange round, but a win for Iconic nonetheless, that they're able to recover. And this puts BBG Academy in the dumps economically. They have to just sit on some Sheriffs and the rest on Classics. While now Iconic gets to move forward with some rifles of their own and the Spectres that BBG bought.
I'd love, Iconic. I did not think they were going to win that last round. Their buy was not, the buy was not in their favor, but they were still able to push through by just getting a couple picks and taking those weapons and playing each advantage and playing it right. And wow, look at this. Automatically fast push. Shoker here, trying to do damage with the Sheriff. Don't know if he's going to be able to do it, Ash.
He gets revealed, flash, and Kaz is going to push right on out to get the first frag, and that's first blood, while Blackheart is going to be flushed out of the corner. Kaz counter flashed as well, And Blackheart, who is stuck in the corner, gets flushed out from the Aftershock ability, and it's going to be a free site for Iconic if they can get rid of Con Artist.
Ooh, Con Artist is going to take out one, though, with the Frenzy, but it's going to be instantly traded out. Now down to a 2v4. We are going to see BBG, both the Cypher and Astra, I believe, meeting into a link here. And Monsai is going to push out with the classic. He is going to get pinched, though. And now it's all down to Fireball. He's not able to do it as Strangler takes a 3K. And Iconic winning that round with not too much trouble.
So that advantage of winning the second round spirals forward into a win for the third. And Show, you know, they were saving up for that operator. We saw it early on. Now it's finally going to come out. And it's going to be a threat. They're posted up C long with a buddy with Fireball who's likely going to handle Garage and C both at the same time. And it looks like Iconic may fall victim. Just look at their how they're posted up on the mini-map. They might just lose one off the rip here.
The Owl Drone, though, look at that. It is going to scan out that operator, so I don't know if Iconic is actually going to want to push that Ash, as they look like they might be backing off through C, and we can see Iconic actually rotating sort of into B window or A here. And now I think a slower play. That operator has definitely changed Iconic's look throughout this round, and it's clear that they definitely want to avoid that at all costs. So let's see what goes on for the next of this one.
And look at, so Show on the minimap has already rotated over the A to see. They're aware that Iconic is aware, so they want to get onto the A side as soon as possible. The smokes that have been thrown by Iconic are slowly ticking away. Show is in a position now to find a first pick, but Iconic, after rotating away from C, now rotating away from A. Fireball has an amazing timing, finds Kaz, knows Peter's there to land a second headshot, and gets to back away. We see the Trailblazer stun a player down in a short, and it's complete control of the map for BBG Academy.
Now we have to ask ourselves, does Iconic go for a save here? It's a 2v5. The chances of winning this are really not in Iconic's favor. The operator's not on their side, and there's 19 seconds left on the clock. You have to ask yourselves, what does Iconic want to do here? And it does look like they might want to go for some exit frags, but oh my gosh, Toasty Unicorns is going to walk right into that operator shot. And Ash, I want to make a comment on what you said during that round. Show definitely knew that Iconic was afraid of him. So he knew they would rotate over, but he followed them over to A site, and it's just caused so many problems. And I really think that one read from Show won BBG that round.
Absolutely, and that's close communication with the Garage player Fireball as well. The reason Show was able to rotate so confidently is because Fireball picked up the slack and didn't just stay in Garage. They moved up into enemy territory, into the attacker side spawn to get that double kill as well. Now Show posted up aggressively on C. He's changing their spot. They're going over to A. It's operator versus operator, Jet versus Jet. But neither one's going to see the other. Show has crossed into a little bit of a cheeky angle. Banana Strangler's posted up. And so it's just a game of chicken. It's a game of who's going to swing first. Banana Strangler chooses to run away from it, which is a smart choice. They don't want to lose first blood here. Peter posted up in the window. Here's an Owl Drone coming. Is going to try to deny information. Doesn't need to throw that flash. And so it's a very slow round. They're being Iconic is being very methodical in their approach. They want to get a kill first, crack open the defenses before pushing in, Nico.
Now, yeah, we can definitely see that Iconic is playing a super slow game here. We can now sort of see an aggressive play from them on grass. And a very aggressive play from them as they decide to rush the Garage, and Con Artist with the guiding light ready to go. It's all up to him, and he's able to maybe do some damage here as Iconic makes their way onto C site, but there are a couple players to deal with. And now it's 30 seconds. You gotta plant that spike, Ash.
Oh, Fireball, he tries to swing, but Toasty Unicorn saves the day, saves his teammate, finds a second frag into Con Artist. And they just have double the amount of players here for the post plant. And all they have to do is hold out for time. But Peter has other plans. He wants to take the swing on a Blackheart. Show is there to get the refrag. But at the end of the day, 1 versus 3, operator in hand, they just want to keep that 4,700 credit weapon, right? BBG Academy's approach to this map. The reason that they have a Jet right now on defense is to implement the operator and make the long angles a threat to Iconic. So he's going to retreat, play his life, just let the spike explode, and they're looking forward to the next round. They're not too mad about losing this. They're going to just move on to round 6. Nico.
Yeah, I think shows you definitely called it right there. Haven has a lot of long angles sometimes, especially A long and C long. Those are some, and B as well. Those are some angles where operators come in huge. So keeping that weapon in play is super important for BBG because it causes so many more problems, and you have to waste a lot of utility just to push an operator off of the angle.
And speaking of utility, Iconic's got 4 ultimates up, that Rolling Thunder being one of them. And so I'm wondering if they're going to be aggressive in their play. Banana Strangler with the signature A-hold, trying to see if anyone's going to be aggressive on these angles so he can peek and find a pick with their own operator. But it doesn't seem like anyone's there for the challenge. BBG, knowing that Banana Strangler has it in their own hands as well, they don't want to peek. They want their Jet to be the peeker, and that's it.
Oh my gosh, Banana Strangler with quite a good shot right there, taking it down to a 5v4. Now with 1 minute left on the clock, it is looking kind of tricky here. And Kaz, oh my gosh, Fireball just takes the swing and outplays the opposing Sentinel. And now the Rolling Thunder is coming out, Ash. You just talked about it. Peter taking sight completely for his own as they are going to be planting that spike down. And now it's going to be a tricky post plan here. A very busy post plan as tons of ultimate abilities are used, Ash.
Both Hunter's Furies and Aftershock to get into the site, Hunter's Furies to deny the plant and then try to get it back into gear. Blade Storm being used and taken out. Banana Strangler finding Fireball posted up on the CT angle with the operator. And as long as Heaven stays smoked, BBG has reduced options. They might have Initiator utility, but they don't have the numbers.
And now this is just so tricky. Yeah, you know, you have options, but it's just gonna be so tricky. But oh my gosh, BBG has worn this down. The guiding light's coming out, and Con Artist takes a 3K. BBG with an amazing retake.
I just got Caster's Curse, like,
oh my, yeah, that
so poorly. I don't know what happened. BBG heard me and they said, you know, hold my mouse. We're just gonna go right on in. And both of them finding 2 kills and closing out the round despite having such a disadvantage. I mean, I know Con Artist is known for their flashes. I know that they are a big name Sky player out in the scene, but seeing it for myself, now that is a huge play. And of course, couldn't be done without Blackheart there, right? Getting the initial Odin pick right there out of CT.
Yeah.
Here we are. Now, round 7. Show is posted up in a weird angle here by Double Doors. They try to take a shot, but immediately smoked off by a Cloudburst. They're forced to retreat. Luckily, Tailwind did not have to be used. Banana Strangle posted up, waiting for someone a link. Will Con get their head taken out? Oh, it looks like Banana Strangler doesn't want the smoke. They're going to move away. And we've reset. Again, that slow and methodical type of gameplay that Iconic loves to do when they're looking for some mid picks.
But now look at this, Ash. It looks like they're all grouped up inside of A main here as they push through. And you are going to have to deal with a couple players here. But now I do feel like Mon is going to tell the rest of his team to rotate over here. And we can see how BBG is going to make their way over to A site, as it does look like Conic is going to be committing. But you were just talking about Carnonist and his amazing guiding lights, and he's going to use that to his advantage. But Toasty Unicorns making sure to not have those deaths in vain, as it's now down to a 1v3. Kaz is going to have to pull off some amazing outplays to win this one.
Now, they do got the one-shot op, right? He can leg someone and they'll still perish, but they're threatened. Right, look at him. Look at how he turns around to watch short A. They understand that they can be pushed from any angle at any time. But unknowing to them, BBG Academy, they're just crossfiring the spike. They're not letting an opportunity occur where they isolate themselves. They're playing for these rounds. They don't want to just close out on Iconic. They know that the real weapon is only a Vandal, and so if they just deny this round, it'll be okay. Now, Show doesn't get the first op shot, but they've already run down the timer. It's a guaranteed win for BBG Academy. Blackheart just sticks around the corner. Wing closes out with the kill. But it comes down to playing time there. Now, despite picking up 2, it's still going to be Iconic's loss. An amazing round, show of patience by BBG Academy. And that's why there's some of the top signed teams.
Yeah, you know, you do see a lot of even professional teams get a bit aggressive and impatient and rush in these 1v4, 1v3 situations and getting picked off. But I gotta commend BBG for their ability to just remain patient, stay calm, and really focus on the end game here, which is winning those rounds, which is gonna win you the game.
Okay, Blackheart, a lot of utility on him, but somehow escapes with their life, and they are thankful for that, and so is the rest of BBG. We'll see, tries to get a few chip shots out, but Iconic get to dodge all of those as they orient themselves towards C Long, where Con Artist is posted up in the cubby, finds a kill, not a second, but does enough damage to put Kip into the red as Iconic tries to rush on to C.
Oh my gosh, and now it's down to a 3v3 by Kip. How much is really left in his locker here? Oh my gosh, his HP is not in a healthy spot. And now this is going to look super, super trippy. Kip just opting to play maybe for long here, attempting to get a pick or so or play off the spike. But spike is planted for default. And now Show making his way up into garage here. We can also see a Sova dart coming out as well. Maybe potentially scanning anybody. But, oh, the breach utility is going to go off as well. Tostino, of course, picking off Mon in a very nice headshot and almost a collateral lining up right there. But Kip on such low HP, but he does it anyways. 20 HP is all he needs, Ash, to win Iconic this round.
They got damaged so early on, right? They got damaged running up C Long very early into the C take, right? And it was I believe Khan who just did all of that damage, and despite landing bullets into their body, Kip just remains alive from sheer force of will. 20 HP like you pointed out, and still picking up a 3k for that round. That's an MVP type of round right there. We're putting that on the board, and Kip gets to stand with their head held high. But moving on into round 9, they have to show up with the same level of force. It's a C-long rush again, but BBG is prepared this time. They're stacked up.
Yeah, this is so much utility is being thrown off. Fireball just waiting to get fragged right there. Oh my gosh, they are all by themselves in that situation. There's not much you can do when utility is just dumped on you. My gosh, but two players from BBG are actually on the flanking all the way through spawn. Do you think Banana's gonna... Oh my gosh, he does, Ash. But do you think Banana realizes that there's actually one more on flank? I don't know if he knows, Ash.
Whether he does or not, still posted up and can still be caught by surprised. Con Artist, they want to work their way up little by little. All they have is a sheriff, right? There's nothing to lose and everything to gain by taking the swing. But unfortunately for them, Banana Strangler doesn't leave angles for too long. And so, despite turning around and away, they come right back to pick up the final frag. And that closes round 9 as we move into round 10. And just these shots, this operator on attack is paying dividends. Despite it being traditionally a more defensive weapon, Iconic is implementing the operator in just these obscene ways to find easy frags, not just in the initiation phase, but in post-plant.
Yeah, we can definitely see how that operator is being used in play, even probably more effectively on offense than it has been on defense. But once BBG's Jet, I believe that is Shoker, actually picks up that operator again, we might see the tables turn. But for now, it's all Banana Strangler with this operator here.
They're posted up in the middle of the map, looking at C-Link. They want an early pick. They don't get it. The operator sound resounds, but no kill follows through on the feed. They're a little bit disappointed of that. No damage to follow either, so Blackheart just walks away scot-free. And they're not going to contest that angle anymore. The issue with that is there's no info for BBG to play mid. They have the links, but it's still a better angle for Banana Strangler if they choose to get cheeky and push up. No, but the Trailblazer goes out, and they understand that it's not being pushed up. BBG feels safe on the B site, and so they're going to put their resources more to push up A, and you see that their own Jet, Show, is posted up.
Show might actually be able to go on a bit of a flank here if they decide to actually push up through a short. And now it does look like Iconic is going to be committing to B side as almost all of their players are on here. Peter about to go for that plant. There we go. We can see a shock dart, but I don't believe it's going to do too much damage. Maybe, you know, about 25% of that. But Carnonus, you were talking about those amazing guiding lights. We might see one really soon, but Kaz is making sure to hold the fort with everything he has, picking up 3. Now down to 10 seconds. You've got to plant that thing, and Kaz might even be able to do some more damage here, Ash, against Mon.
Oh, he tries to get it, but Mon's going to be the one to find the final frag there. He finds the final shot, puts him in his place. Kaz was on one, but no longer. This 10th round, it's a 2 versus 4 for the retake, but it looks like BBG, they're very slow here. It seems that they just want to try and take weapons out of the hands of Iconic. His time is ticking away. It's a little bit too long. And there we go. We see it. Show picking up the Odin for their own Sova. They just want to walk away. You know Blackheart's happy about that because that 3,200 credit weapon is nothing to scoff at, just under the operator. And so they want to keep the bank happy. They don't want to move forward into the next round's broke. And so you see 2 players alive. They can buy for 2 others. And BBG will likely be in the position to force this 11th round upcoming.
And Blackheart's ability, you know, picking up that Odin, you're right, Ash, it definitely is going to be worth it because Blackheart's ability to hold down Garage, you know, 4 and 8, it's not the most impressive KD in the world. It's not bad either, but Blackheart has shown their ability to just hold down a huge, significant area of the map all by themselves. And I think that's really interesting. And we see a lot of Sovas on Haven sometimes just play Garage for the whole game, but Blackheart has definitely shown that Garage is his and no one's going to be taking it.
See a flash come out, and despite that, Monsi is going to find the first blood for the side of BBG. Banana Strangler is going to be strangled, and their body is bent down in the mid window, where Show works right on in, picks up the operator from their corpse, and backs away. And that's going to end up being used against them. Toasty Unicorns realizes the operator is gone, and that's a problem.
Bit of a sneaky play right here, and now Iconic making their way over to C. Con Artist does have the Deagle. The Guiding Light will be coming out, and oh my gosh, they are going to be able to pick up 2 of them. Peter and Kip saying goodbye to this round, and now Iconic, 1 player in Cubby with Iconic's Sova also just playing in B here, and now it's all up to Toasty Unicorns, Ash.
Just got a recon dart, but it doesn't want to reveal any info. The issue with that is if they don't use it, Show is more than ready for a slow swing. But they whiff the shot. Toasty, are you ready to recover? He goes for these jiggle peaks, is trying to land a headshot through the wall, but they're not following through. They get flash, and Blackheart is the one who will take the swing and end Toasty Unicorns. And what a poetic way for a Sova to die. Their counterpart killing them with an Odin. We go to the final round of the half, Nico.
Well, this has been a really, really tight game. Just a tug-of-war between both BBG Academy and Iconic. So after this round is played out, whether it's 7-5 or 6-6, I really feel like these teams are also going to have just as much of a tug-of-war when they switch sides as well. So with 2 seconds left, you know, 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock in this round. Let's see how it plays out and whether BBG can tie this up or Iconic's going to take a 7th round for themselves.
Fireball's posted up with an Odin of their own. It looks like they're set up for a wallbang hold. And they're just spraying. They want to find some chip damage. It's not going through. Kaz and Banana Strangler are just dodging these bullets. And they get to take territory because Fireball is smoked off. Can't really do anything aside from spam. They go for the reload. Blackheart is posted up to try and get a recovery dart in for the retake. They're waiting for the rest of BBG. Pip and Blackheart get into a little bit of a scuffle. The numbers are trickling down. It's 4-4 instead of 5-5. And things are moving slowly. Now that BBG's in position, they're ready to rumble.
Now, you know, this is the last round. I do feel like we're going to see a lot of our ultimate abilities come out here. And we just saw the wall come out and the Hunter's Fury as well, and BBG on a very, very impressive retake as we see some very interesting stuff right there, making it 6-6 as BBG ties it up, Ash.
Show getting in those 2 kills on the retake alongside the Cosmic Divide really make the play. The fact that the shot lands before the divide is actually in existence, right? You see the outline of the wall, but the wall isn't there yet. It is just picture perfect timing. And moving into the second half, BBG Academy, after showing an amazing defense, right, where Iconic was supposed to win the half 7-5, and instead earn themselves a round, tying it. BBG Academy are more than happy to move forward with their Devil Initiator comp into the attacking zone. And Iconic, they got to implement this breach in some very special ways that we've seen at VCT if they want to find rounds, because breach has had a struggle, being picked in the free agent scene, at least in NA.
Yeah, but that Rolling Thunder, especially for retakes, is so effective. I've seen players just use that roll. Oh, what a shot from Show. My goodness gracious. But I've seen Rolling Thunders just come out so amazingly clutch in those post plants and retakes. So I'm looking forward to see if we get to see any of that from Iconic. But now down to a 4v3, as it looks like BBG is going to make their way over to A here, as Fireball has completely cleared the site for them, Ash.
Banana Strangler gets spotted on the flank. They try to get a pick, and knowing that their plans have been foiled, they go all the way to the rest of the team. So Iconic is grouped up by CT. Time is ticking away. They have to execute, but the Asher utility is getting posted. The Gravity Well might come through to stall. And I think Iconic is realizing that their options are limited, and really they just have to send it. So they're trying to get their timing right. Kip is moving into Heaven. And we see the dash in. It's a first pick by Kip. And although Banana Strangler is brave enough to tailwind into 3, they aren't able to find one. Kip is good for a second, but as they drop down into Hell, not good for a third. It's Monsi who finishes the job, and BBG Academy take the lead 7-6. And this match seems toe-to-toe right now, Nico. Neither team really just stringing rounds together. It's just back and forth, back and forth.
But now we can see BBG actually opting for a bit of a buy here with the Spectres and the full shields, and Show, look at that, just the Ghost and the full shields. I definitely sense that Show is going to be saving for that operator right away. If BBG pull off this round with hopefully no problem, I do see the 4 Spectres there. This is going to be looking like a very fun next round with that operator in play.
Oh my god, Kip is so cheesy. No way he has a 40 sitting in the garage. We've just downgraded the level of Valorant. I mean, hey, you know what? If it mercs, it works. And if people wander in the garage a little bit too early, BBG Academy will get punished. But it doesn't look like they're going to fall for that trap, right? They're posted up. They're looking for information. They're using this Trailblazer to make sure short and long are cleared. But Kaz, right? This Sheriff is basically a marshal of its own. Monsi just takes a little bit of chip damage. They say, all right, Kaz is posted up. The Chamber's there with his pistol. I don't want any of this smoke. After getting shot a couple more times, I think the message is clear. Iconic is holding A with plenty of resources. And so BBG is going to redirect themselves over to C. The issue with that is the reality of 3 agents holding the C site.
Some of the players are rotating off, though, Ash. Look at this. It's just left to Iconic Sova, and the Owl Drone might spot Toasty out. Looking like a rotate might have to come over here. But now we can see that the action is kicking off as Iconic has picked up on BBG's ruse here. Banana Strangler hitting a very nice one on the shock dart coming out as well, making sure that the trades are coming through, and it's just frag after frag, and it's all up to Fireball with the Spectre. My gosh, Iconic winning this bonus round here. They were able to beat the Spectres with just these pistols, and Fireball is going to have to rely on that Spectre, able to take out 3 of them. But he does need to take out the breach, and he's not able to. Peter comes up huge, and Ash, Iconic were in no right to win that round. They did not have the buys there. But oh my goodness, did they win that one.
Yeah, they go ahead and use that Breach's signature ability. Fault Line makes its full effect. And really, that timing, Peter's the MVP to just stun 3 of BBG's players. I mean, if you can't shoot the Spectre, what good is it really? And so the turnaround with the Sheriffs by Show especially just lines everyone up, takes Academy out one by one. So they lose their advantage, they lose their economy. And this seems to be a running theme we have with these higher tier teams in the free agent scene, that they're just using advantage to their full extent. Utility to win these round 2s. Kaz, of course, finding that first pick. Banana Strangler trying to crossfire with Peter. Kaz, good for a second one on a Fireball. Blackheart's trying to run up C long. They attract some attention, just fall. Selling the round, running through the C site like that. Now it's a double up between Con Artist and Monsi, but neither of them are able to do any damage to Kip. It is a slaughter of a round, Nico.
Oh my gosh. You know what, Ash? That was insane. Iconic winning that last round, and now it's paying off here. But look at this. BBG Show is pulling out the operator, and we've seen during this whole map how effective Show has been with using that operator. So I'm looking forward to seeing the clips that are about to ensue.
Checking the situation.
Across the map, we see a bias towards C site by Iconic. They're keeping all of their defensive utility and support players over there, leaving their lone operator to function, their lone jet to function over the A site with the Blade Storm. Makes sense if they, Banana Strangler's really feeling themselves, but it could be dangerous as well. Kaz tucked into the garage window. They don't have a whole lot of info of what's going on. Con Artist in the meanwhile gets to pop off a Trailblazer, but they don't spot anyone in the back platform. So Kaz gets to take a swing. They're going to take out Blackheart, and Kip is still unknown. C cannot be pushed unless BBG want to fall one by one, and so it's a different approach as they spread out across the map.
With 3 players on C, oh my gosh, Banana Strangler. With 3 players on C, it doesn't really look too viable to push it, but we can see BBG's Cypher, I believe that's Blackheart, if I'm not wrong, sending out A and trying to see if anyone's on that site, and it just looks like it's Banana Strangler to defend this all by themselves, but Fireball has this site completely to theirself, unless Banana Strangler somehow makes a quite amazing play here, but Spike's going to go down, and it's going to be a 4v3 retake here, Ash.
Oh, somehow Strangler is spotted, and so they're being shot at by Con Artist. I guess their position has been revealed. Monsi is going to implement a nice little wall for them. Excuse me, Iconic's Astra, pardon me. And Banana Strangler is going to jump right on out. We wanted to see it earlier, but it comes out a bit later than expected. Fireball swings through the Cosmic Divide nonetheless. They are not afraid of the risks and take all the rewards as they find 2, and it's Kaz left in a 1 versus 2 retake. They have no information. They reveal their position by trying to pre-fire the angles, and Fireball swings in to find their 3rd and tie up the round score.
Whew, oh my goodness, that was an insane round. We did see the Astro Wall come out there, and it just completely changes the outcome of the round. And now heading into what I believe is the 17th? Yeah, it's wait, is it not 20th or 17th? No, it's 17th. I'm kind of bad at math.
Yeah, we play video games.
Yeah,
honestly.
I don't do this. This is not what I do on a daily basis here. I play Valorant, but now with the next round here, Banana Strangler. Look at that aggressive angle. He's just automatically dashing up through C long here, destroying all the Seekers, and now we can see the Hunter's Fury coming out as well. Might just do a little bit of damage, and some trades are going off here. Lots of wild action in the first 10 or 30 seconds of this round.
Toasty Unicorns just jiggling through this angle. They want a little bit of information. Things have evened up. BBG Academy is going to be the one to make the first move. They're going for a fast rotate towards the A site. BBG Fireball is holding it. They've taken the territory, and so they feel confident to plant the spike there. The rest of Iconic has finally caught on to the plan, and so they're posted up. Kaz has the tour de force posted up, but a fake smoke is going to allow Fireball to cross into hell. And so Iconic likely don't know. They can make a prediction, but they'll never be 100% sure. A drone comes out, spots Kaz, and Monsi is stuck in heaven. Excuse me. I keep mixing up the 2 Astras.
It happens, there's 2 characters, or this 1 character, 2 usernames. It can be a bit difficult here, but it's all up to Kaz, and we've seen that they can be quite an impressive player on the chamber, but this is a bit of a tall ask from him. He is going to get 1, but it's going to be instantly traded out by Blackheart, and BBG picking up a 9th round for themselves. Very, very impressive stuff here.
And again, back and forth, back and forth. Just look at this round timeline. These teams are not allowing each other to get too far ahead, and it's looking like an overtime type of match, honestly. I mean, again, it's best of 1 until we hit the finals for a best of 3. These teams don't want to get knocked out. They don't get a second chance here. You lose this map, you go home. Built by Gamers Academy, they have a reputation to uphold. Iconic, they have a name to make for themselves, and this is the match to do it.
Whew. I like that little saying right there. I'm not gonna lie, Ash. I really, really like that. And look at this again. BBG playing it quite slow. I really like this slow play from them, making Iconic guess what their strategy is, what's gonna go on. And we've seen Kaz posted on A long here a lot with the Headhunter, but it doesn't look like it's gonna really spot anybody out. But here, Ash, look at this. Banana Strangler and Kaz both pointing up or pushing up through A long here.
They try to get an early pick by taking territory, but they get spotted by a Trailblazer. Instead, it's going to be Fireball to take the first blood of the round. The Neural Theft is going to come out to reveal information, and the entirety of BBG Academy, knowing that C only has one agent, they just send it full force, show Erdy on the site, and the spike is going to start ticking away soon as Blackheart sends it down into the ground. Now it's a 4 versus 5. Iconic still has some retake utility in the form of Peter's Breach tools, but it's just not likely in terms of the numbers. If the crossfires come through, though, they can still make magic happen. It's not an impossible retake, Nico.
There's very much a lot of possibility here. We can actually see the Rolling Thunder. Iconic maybe not opting to use it this round, but it could potentially win them this round. And Fireball is actually going to be blinded, but that doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh, Ash, Fireball, talk about it. What a play.
Oh my god. Chamber comes out, right? And everyone goes, Chamber is not a sentinel. Chamber is a duelist. And on attack side, they're just going to go in and put their utility on flank. Fireball is doing that, but on Cypher. They didn't need a new character. They didn't need any fancy teleport mechanics. They just go in, find a first blood, find information, and then post-plant hold, no problem. 3k in that scenario for a total of 4 kills in one round. They're leading the pack as that Sentinel. Now, Kaz is doing the exact same thing, but it just goes to show how strong these agents are in the post-plant scenario, and specifically the mechanical skill of those players. Fireball and Kaz both just showing absolutely nuts plays with what's available to them. Banana Strangler tries to stop Fireball's reign as they're posted up, and they commit to the task. They accomplish it, and Fireball drops out in the A lobby.
My gosh, the Divide's going to be coming out as well as Show makes his way, trying to get an extra pick here. But Iconic's going to punish that, and this is not looking good for BBG Academy here. It's going to be a 2v5. Peter making his way through the wall here. He can actually potentially pick off Connie. He is. And then Banana Strangler is going to pick off Blackheart. And this is back and forth. Punch after punch. Hits, slaps in the faces being traded here. And a timeout's going to be called.
Absolutely, both sides trading blows, and we're going to get that 1 minute timeout, right? Each team gets 2 of those per half, and so we're going to see that coming out of the side of BBG. They want to take their time. They need to discuss what's going on, right? And what it feels like is, despite them having a strong default, right, and finding victory through those defaults, they're also allowing too much time for their opponent to rotate, right? Iconic is just finding initial picks, rotating out, and then stacking what they feel is going to be push. And when they do get that first pick, they're predicting properly at least 70, 80% of the time where BBG wants to push. And so they stack up, funnel util into BBG's push, and stop BBG in their tracks. Iconic is just doing an amazing job of locking down the locations that BBG is going. Their prediction rate is insane. So they're going to basically keep this up unless BBG can find a new approach. If they can just commit to a site that they want to commit to and not be so afraid of the retake possibilities, which we'll go ahead and see. Right now, there hasn't been a whole lot of mid takes, B takes out of BBG. They haven't been executing there, which makes sense. It is a difficult site to take. But at the end of the day, they also haven't seen many defenses until players are rotating from the side of Iconic. There's plenty of options, plenty of ways to counteract Iconic's current gameplay style. So that's what they're taking this minute for. They're taking a little bit of tea time to sit back and relax. Meanwhile, me and you, Nico, we get to tune right back in to another round here in the 20th round.
Yeah, now the guiding light's going to come out. Peter's actually going to get super tagged up, just firing a blind, trying to escape right there. Lots of action for himself in the very first 10 seconds of this round. And now Shoker and Kip are actually getting a little bit of an interaction here. Shoker are not able to hit his daggers right there, and gonna lose them as the Astra backs off as well. And now BBG, you were saying they need to commit. and that's just not something they're doing yet. But they still have a lot of time to play with. 1 minute on the clock. That's a lot. A lot can happen in a minute in Valorant. So let's see how the rest of this plays out here.
They have an idea that someone could be pushed up mid, and they predict correctly, but Kaz is just a little bit too early. The gunshots resound. Fireball's posted up in a safe angle by the wooden box. They're not going to reveal themselves. They're just going to use the camera to ensure that Kaz is stuck, and it's going to be a wallbang to get a little bit of chip damage. But Kaz just moves forward. They're not going to fall victim to this easy wallbang. BBG resets. Neither team losing a player quite yet.
Ash, look at this. You said it. You said that Iconic just knows how to predict where BBG is going to push, and they've predicted that they're going to push A with only 13 seconds left. You need to get that spike down as soon as possible. Con Artist is trying to do it, but there's so much action going down. The Rolling Thunder could also be in line, and it's going to be used just as I say with 3 seconds left. Plant the spike. I don't think he's going to be able to do it in time, and Iconic's going to take the rounds. My gosh, Ash, you said it. You predicted it. BB or Iconic can read BBG wherever they're going. I feel like they're just reading like a newspaper, and BBG is that news article, bro. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. It's just whoever the IGL is on the side of Iconic is on one right now. Their brain is phenomenally huge.
They're calling it out perfectly every time.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
And then of course the implementation of Peter's Rolling Thunder, that was perfect to stop the plant. Forget gunfights, forget swinging the planter. Just knock him off the plant. What else would you want to do?
Easy. That's all you need to do with little time like that. The Rolling Thunder just knocks you right off your feet, and you have to completely readjust. Kaz, nice shot, brother. Nice one. And now it's going to be down to a 3v5. BBG's Cypher is quite low as well, and it's all up to Blackheart with the Deagle and 125 HP. Ash, if he wins this, I'll buy you chicken McNuggets, because this is looking pretty impossible.
I would love some chicken McNuggets. So right now I'm rooting for Blackheart, but I gotta be a realist here, and it doesn't seem possible. They do have the spike in hand. That's a plus at least, right? Let's look at the pros, not the cons. Con is, I am pretty sure that wide angle favored the drone. We're gonna see a recon bolt as well. No, okay, because they shot the recon bolt, I'm pretty sure Iconic isn't aware of Blackheart's location. But they're just gonna stack around the C site. They know that they can hold the cross. Blackheart's trying to sneak up, but they're going to fall into the line of sight of Kip. Despite that, they're still going to land a headshot, but one by one, the numbers are going to close in. It's a flood onto Blackheart, and they're sent to their doom and their demise. But a very fancy one, you know, they got the Z Executioner skin, so at least it's in style.
Blackheart trying to do some damage, but you know, gonna get one pick, picking off Kip, but that was about it until Black was traded off right away, and back and forth. Iconic with an 11th round for themselves, and we can see some pretty healthy buys here, but Fireball and Con Artist only have half shields, so that might be a round loser for them. But it does look like BBG is going to go for a super hard A push here. Do you think Banana's going to be able to get any picks with that operator, though?
On this close angle, it may be possible, but if they push up a little bit too slow, it is an angle in the favor of people holding outside the A lobby, but no one is doing that on the side of BBG. So Fireball is going to fall victim, and Banana Strangler gets to walk away. They even feel so safe that they're going to go peek in for not a second, but a third shot, and they're going to be smoked off. The Cloudburst is going to come out, and BBG Academy is going to run away, tail between their legs. They wanted to go C instead. The issue with that is there is still a setup for that site, right? They're walking right into another mousetrap. And this has been going over and over again. This is the theme that's repeating for Iconic, where they're just funneling BBG into their holes, right? Monsi is finally going to fall. Blackheart and Con Artist don't want to let the round go just yet. They're going to even up the numbers, but they're low. They are low. The overgrowth out of their Sky might come out to assist their own Sova to help Blackheart, but that might not be the same case, right? Sky can't heal herself, and so they're stuck in a really unfortunate position. Meanwhile, Peter still has one flash left, and it's a threatening piece of utility.
But Banana Strangler getting super chipped off here, getting hit for 140, and an interaction about to Kaz swing perfectly times with the Hunter's Fury there, and it's all up to Kaz. He does pick off one, and he does have 150 HP. Con Artist, oh my gosh, half HP. The Guiding Light's going to be coming out. Kaz has to run, but Con Artist swings, peeking off his Guiding Light and taking an 11th round. Oh my gosh. Some action in the last half right there.
It was getting really scary there for BBG, right? The beginning of the round to lose 2 players, but immediately they follow right back up Con Artist, finding their own alongside Monsi to even up the numbers. The issue with losing so many in that previous round, however, it's reflected in this one. Look at Monsi. They don't have money for a rifle. They gotta have heavy shields. That's cool. But just a Spectre in their hands, they need to hope that Iconic loses a player fast so that BBG can pick up the extra rifle. That's what needs to happen. Banana Strangler spots one early. They try to shoot. They get some damage off for themselves, but they don't return the favor. And so it's going to be Kip that gets to walk away scot-free.
And now, look at this. Once again, a slow play from BBG. They might have to call a timeout here if they lose this round. I think there's only been 1 timeout here out of 4 timeouts, right, Ash?
Absolutely. You got it on the dot. Toasty is going to be trying to move on up. They take the extra territory. And C is essentially secured. Once again, Iconic posted up with angles that aren't expected by attacking teams. BBG Academy falling victim 1 by 1. Fireball is going to meet their maker if they swing into Kaz unknowingly. The utility is coming out. The recon bolt soon to follow. They run right into the cage, and Fireball meets the maker as expected. Kaz with a beautiful timing, and they get to retreat with that teleport. It's for free. BBG Academy, despite having the site, despite being able to plant, they are vulnerable. Now Monsi, who was lurking garage, can now pick up a gun. That's going to make Iconic sweat bullets for the retake for now. Kaz put on Death's Door, 16 HP left over. The numbers are evened up, and Monsi has done their job. They can now return to the team knowing that they've done their part.
And an operator shot coming right here. The knives are going to be used, but Con Artist is going to make sure that does not go any further. It's up to Kip. He's able to pick off another one. But Con Artist puts a stop to that, and BBG are at 12. Match point, Ash. Match point.
Monsi was at, I addressed that they were in a problem. They were having an issue economically with the low amount of credits, but because BBG wins the round, because BBG picks up the 23rd, they move into the 24th with the weapons they want. Now, again, it's light shields for Con Artist and Blackheart. That's a-okay, because if Fireball can get a pick, or if anyone else on the team for that matter, enables the neural theft to be used, that strategy that Iconic has been using, the level of play to try to funnel BBG, won't work, right? The counter to that is information, and BBG has it if they can just pop the neural theft. It comes down to the opportunity of whether it's used or not. They're pressured, though, because Kaz has tour de force, and that's a one-shot weapon any part of the body, excluding the wall bangs.
And now we can see BBG once again playing it slow as 2 members of Iconic are posted in A long, proving to be quite a threat here. The Owl Drone from BBG is going to clear out all of Garage, letting them know that nobody is there and it's free for their taking. And look at this, Ash. Banana Strangler and Fireball are actually going to get in a little bit of a comfy interaction here. Fireball making sure to put a stop to that. And as you said it, the neural theft has come out, and now BBG have the advantage.
Here.
So with the information, it looks like they want to take the spike towards B, but the issue is there's a crossfire. Just because players are posted C and A doesn't mean that B is a viable option. And you see Peter here just absolutely spamming utility. Monsi, despite that, is able to find one before being taken out by the Aftershock. The numbers still favor BBG Academy, but the spike is out of their hands and they are smoked off. But despite a numbers advantage, positionally, they're at odds. And so they need to take use of more territory. Instead, Show is just going to hop right on in. Fireball and Blackheart are able to find some. Kaz lines up 2 for tour de force, but Con Artist is going to secure the match 13-11. We didn't hit overtime. It was closed out at the 24th final round. Nico, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, that was the most back and forth I have ever seen between 2 teams, even though it didn't reach overtime. Constantly trading blows and trading punches. My gosh, BBG winning it by a hair, 13-11. Iconic putting up such a good fight. GG's to both teams. Amazing performance by both of them.
Absolutely, nothing more.